Hello, this is Trevor, and we are back with another cross-site scripting vulnerability or exploit in PortSwigger's Web Security Academy Labs. This time, it's a reflected XSS into HTML context with all tags blocked except custom ones. All tags custom ones, self-lab perform any attack that injects custom tag and automatically alerts document.cookie. Right, well, sounds good. Let's take a look at the lab. Please remember to like and subscribe. Comment, let me know how I'm doing. Boom, there we go. So we should not be able to do script alert 1 script. We get the tags not allowed again. It said custom was allowed. So can we do XSS blah XSS search? Looks like no errors, and that went through. Sweet. So we need to automatically trigger cross-site scripting, and we can use custom tags. Okay, so I think what we need to do is we need to go through a cross-site scripting cheat sheet, find an event. Let's just pick one here. And we want custom tags, all events, all browsers. And remember, we can't use script, so that's out. Style is out. Script's out. We've got this one and this one. Style's out. This is only on Chrome, but it should work. Style's out, style's out, style's out, style. All right, so we've got 2 definites and 1 possible. On focus in. So let's try this. And we're going to have to figure out how to get it on focus. But let's just send this guy and see what we get. Remember, to solve it, we have to do on... I like having here something to focus on. So let's search that. And then if I click here, there we go. Sweet. So that's going to be how we exploit it. Remember, I clicked here to focus it on the tag, right? But that's not going to be... So if we have to deliver it, which we do, go to exploit server, we need to be able to force them to focus on this tag. Let's see. What did we put in here? It has an ID. I'm going to do console.log document.cookie, just so all we need to change is this to alert. And we have ID here. The ID can come in handy because that means that we can now do $X and go here. Oh, I don't have any cookies. That's what the empty string is. Let's go back, change this to console.log. Well, I mean, we can still do alert. I guess we can still do alert 1 for now. I wanted here. And then I want $X. See how it... So we put the $X. That's going to autofocus on this because it has the ID of X. So this, tells the browser, hey browser, go to the part of the document named X, browser looks through and finds this. Same way we could do, I don't think there's anything else we could, there's not enough on the page I could show you, but there is if we go to the home. So let's see. Spec lies. So if I do, there's no, let's search this for ID. There's the header. What's this? Exploit link? No. I want something that, oh, that's hitting post ID. Dang. Is there something down here? It also works for these headers, I believe. So if we did pound H2, nope. Sorry, I can't show you. Well, let me try this. Let me just edit as HTML. At the end of this, I'm going to put, we'll put a div ID equals test and div. Like that. So we added a div test at the bottom of the document. Now if we scroll to the top and put test here, boom. See how we automatically went to where that div is. Same thing that we did here, we're going to use that same idea to exploit the vulnerability. All right. Let's go. Let's fix this up a little bit. I like double quotes there, and I like something here. It'll be this, but with document cookie here. Might as well just finish it off. Document.cookie, and then highlight this. And we'll go to our scripts, and I'll open up Kate and just paste that there. Perfect. We've got our exploit. Let's start writing our script. And this is named HTML context with all standard tags blocks. Vim HTML context with all standard tags blocked. .py. Let's grab our template. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. In our blog, we have this search function, which is working well. We concatenate onto this. It would be better, I think, if we used self.getResponse URL. If we used, instead of building the string ourselves, if we used requests parameters for that get. Let's see. Python requests params. Pretty sure it's just called params. And you give it a dictionary. F params. Yep. Params. Okay. So let's make a couple of changes here. This, we're going to do params equals, and then search term. The other benefit that this gives us is that it will automatically URL encode this search term if it needs to be. params. So I want get response and I want to give it params. That means I don't need this. I'm going to do searching for search term. And I'm not going to give it the URL. Well, yeah, I'll give it the self.base URL. And then we'll go to where get response is defined. And I think that's in the site. Get response. There we go. And we're going to allow for params. And if it's not provided, we'll default to none. Params equals params. That should be it. Okay. We can close the template. So now we're going to search for the search term. We've got our payload here, which is going to be the search term, but we need to, we're not going to use any that I just built because we need to deliver this. Remember, when we delivered the last reflected, captured, which one was that? jQuery XSS reflected this, like this. Payload, exploit. This is what we're going to do. Pretty much exactly like what we did last time. We're just going to change our payload here. Body on resize. We're going to change it to this. Copy. Insert that. We're going to do an iframe. Oh, we need the URL quote, which is right here. Exploit will be iframe source blog.base URL search. All right, fine. This is going to URL encode our payload and put it there. But we don't need this time. This is how we triggered it on the last time. Onload, we changed the width. This time, we just need to do the £X. Remember, that's because the ID is X. And then we'll deliver it through the web iframe, post the exploit, ask if it's solved. Looks good to me. So we have a warning that request is not used. Let's give this a shot. I think we have a good chance of getting this right the first time. Python HTML context with all. Paste that. And survey says, yes! Woo, first time. Yeah, so this was a super simple one. Let's start here. We needed to do custom tags. So we found the XSS tag worked. And then we needed an event. We looked at what was available in the cross-site scripting cheat sheet. We selected custom tags, all event, all browsers, and looked through event handlers that do not require interaction. All of these, so we looked for ones that didn't require extra tags. because it said all tags except for custom. This required a script tag, so we skipped that. This is a style tag. We went through all of these and found 3 possibilities. These two, the on focus and on focus in, and we could use both. Let's try that real quick. So, while it's not going to solve it, let's put our here so we have something to focus on, and if it works, we should get an alert box, right? So I'm going to search for that, click here, boom, there's our alert box. So that would have worked just fine. Also, one is on focus in and one is on focus. And then once we limited, there was one other, this one, but it's only on Chrome. So this would have been our last resort, right? Once we found what we wanted to use, we needed to figure out how to trigger it. They had it set up for with an ID of X. When there's an ID like this, HTML will go directly to that tag if you include a # with the tag ID. And we showed that on the home page by creating a div tag with an ID of test, I believe, and then added #test and was taken right to that tag. Let's see, we included, and that was it. We included something in between just for our sake to visualize where that tag was placed and where that focus needed to be. Once we had that, we delivered it the same way that we've done all the other reflected cross-site scripting deliveries. We used an iframe with that as the payload. Where am I? Oh, right here. With that as the payload, and then included the #X to make sure that it automatically went there. And as soon as it got focused by automatically going there, it fired our payload. And we delivered that exploit to the victim and then checked if it was solved. So that's it. This was a pretty fast one. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this. If I did it good, bad. If you did it differently, I'd like to know. Anyway, talk to you on the next one. Thank you so much. Goodbye.